I honestly feel like I've been living under a rock for the last 44 years. How on earth did I ever get to this ripe old age without knowing that there is something phenomenal right under our noses that has the greatest impact on our self-care? A massively underutilized and worldly known occurrence that can have tremendous impacts on your shift for your wellness. This is a tough one on where to start because it is so massive, but so also alien to us, but so obvious. And as a 44-year-old, I am quite frankly shocked that this has really only become a conscious awareness of mine in the last couple of months. I'm totally and utterly gobsmacked that it isn't on our school curriculums. It isn't being taught as an actual factual part of everyday health and well-being and mindset. How does it take me to become a fully fledged adult, flailing around in life, stumbling into the world of self-development, to find out about cyclical living? Cyclical living is so massive for our everyday life experiences, our everyday choices. It's impactful on so many levels. Cyclical living is a term I heard for the very first time about 6 or 8 months ago on a podcast, and it was a light bulb moment. By the way, I will add, this is not rocket science. This is normal life. I'm talking about how the seas, the moon cycle, those cycles impact everything. They impact the world around us. They are the living, breathing source of life. Therefore, how do we not get told that they are our living, breathing source of life? Our routines, our structures, our feelings, our emotions, everything we do is impacted by nature, by what goes on around us, by this beautiful cyclical life. Let's break it down. The world around us ebbs and flows through natural cycles. The ones we are acutely aware of are the obvious: spring, summer, autumn, winter. But ones we are not so consciously aware of, well, certainly I wasn't, is that our body cycles through its own version of autumn, winter, spring, summer, every 28 days, in line with the moon. Cyclical living invites us to synchronise with that rhythmic dance and recognise the profound connection between our internal ebb and flow and the external natural occurrences around us. Just as the tides move with the energetic occurrences of nature, your body, and more importantly your emotions, energy, resilience and tolerances, also move through the seasons, monthly, bi-monthly and annually. The idea, when you're aware of it, when you're consciously aware of it, that you plan your life around it, you plan your activities around it, you make adjustments for your seasonal changes. So your parties, your big events, let's say you get together with a circle of friends every couple of months. We all know that feeling when we have planned something, the time comes, we've planned in advance, but the time comes and we're just a bit tired. We would rather just put our PJs on and sit in front of the telly with a cup of tea and a blanket. Well, that is because you're in your seasonal hibernation stage. But if you knew when your spring was going to be, or if you knew when your summer was going to be, and you could plan it in advance, then when the event comes and you've waited 3 months, 4 months to do it, you will be absolutely chomping at the bit to get out and socialise and party and have fun. Business owners, you could be planning your content, planning your strategies, planning your meetings in the time when your mind is the most focused. You could be out there doing your wheeling and dealing at a time when it's going to be most impactful for you, your energy, your commitment, your drive, your passion to get stuff done, rather than scheduling meetings when you just don't want to be there. When you consciously plan activities around the seasons, there's a massive shift in your mindset. I am out here on purpose, in the wind, in nature, doing this because nature makes us thrive. Nature is connection. When you consciously plan high energy tasks around your high energy mood and your high energy time of the month, and gentler activities in your more hibernation stages of the month. It's seriously life-changing. Using this to your advantage helps you take back your power. Embracing cyclical living helps you to internalize things differently. What you may previously had self-doubt and self-judgment for changes because your awareness changes. Your awareness and your acceptance of the seasons that you're in impact that internal monologue that drives us insane with this negative self-talk and the burden of mum guilt. Planning your activities around your mind and around your knowledge gives you so much more freedom of the mind, because the voice that you criticize yourself with changes to acceptance. You accept that you're in a season in that 28-day cycle. You accept that you're in that moment of hibernation, and you accept that it will pass, and therefore you accept your body's needs. You respect your body's needs. You do what your body needs, knowing that in a day or two you're going to move into your next season and all will be well in the world of jobs and lists and things that you need to do. It's a complete win-win. You reduce your stress and you improve your productivity. What's not to love about that? When we mindlessly float between seasons, we easily fall into the negative self-talk trap. Self-talk that we're not doing too much. Self-talk that we're doing the wrong thing. But when you consciously think, I'm in my winter season, or I'm in my autumn season, and tomorrow, holy cow, it'll be different. Just think that mindset shift. Think of the impact of that conscious mindset shift and how it can restructure every single day of your cycle. Because now it becomes acknowledgement and acceptance of the natural rhythms of your body. That is so powerful and so dramatic. That self-acceptance, that self-respect, it is world changing. It will change your world. The concept of cyclical living is not exclusive to women who menstruate. Yes, of course, that group of women have a very clear cycle that they can follow and they can track. But the broader approach to how this can become part of your daily awareness and therefore impact your self-care through mindful awareness and intentional practices hugely encompass the natural rhythms of life that apply to everybody, regardless of gender. Cyclical living is simply the acknowledgement of the ebb and flow of nature and how you fit into that. How your energy, how your emotions, how your activities over different time frames, whether it be daily, weekly, monthly, seasonally, how they impact regardless of gender. It's simply about recognizing and aligning you with nature. Paying attention to your daily fluctuations in energy, in mood, in appetite, emotions, and watching how the seasonal changes change you and your overall well-being. And then using that to make the changes moving forward that will create positive change. Adjusting your self-care routine, adjusting your work routine, adjusting your social calendar. Soothing sound baths during your hibernation stage. Energizing exercise through your summer stage. Reflective rituals through your autumn stage. It's just about tuning in and changing based on you and what you see and what you feel and what you acknowledge. Controversially, the modern world uses a 30-31 day calendar. This is not in line with and not in sync with nature. It does not align with a woman's cycle. It does not align with the natural moon cycle. It does not align with the cycle of nature that impacts you so greatly. This misalignment has massive implications on a woman specifically's well-being. A calendar based on the lunar cycles would be much more attuned with a woman's cycle and the rhythms of a woman's body. There is huge controversy when you go looking for it, or when you are more aware of it, that talks about how the uneven 12-monthly standard calendar, the uneven month lengths, has a huge impact on women feeling disconnected and alienated from nature, because their experiences are not reflected in the structure of modern society. The modern day calendar was probably put together to standardise economic and administrative procedures, but quite possibly overlooking, very likely overlooking, the biological and cyclical nature of women and how this common standard calendar has a tremendous negative impact. We're back inside, we're out of the wind. So where do we start with this cyclical living? Adopting a cyclical living approach is basically adapting a mindful and intentional approach to your daily activities, your monthly and seasonal rhythms. The first step is self-reflection. Just take some time to reflect on your current routines, energy levels, and overall well-being. Try to identify patterns where you feel the most energized or when you feel the most in need of rest. Observe your daily fluctuations of emotions and maybe considering starting a journal. Simple, easy notepad with tracking how you feel and what you're sensing with this new awareness. Each one varying in length, but linked very specifically to certain phases, your autumn, winter, spring, summer, with your energy levels, your emotions, your need to rest and reflect or get out and conquer the world. So tapping into some of the lunar websites out there, just Google moon phases and they are there, they're tracked. The full moon, the new moon, they're there for you to see every 2 weeks, and start to track them in alongside your journal for ease of seeing where your emotions and highs and lows and energy levels are. Once you start tracking, you can become aware of your emotional highs and lows, and you can adapt your routine to suit it, embracing your seasonal cycle and aligning your activities with your energy levels, such as outdoor pursuits in your springtime and indoor pursuits in your wintertime. Planning high focus, high energetic activities when you feel most alert, and do less demanding activities during your low energy, more restful periods. Cyclical living is a journey, so just be open to experimentation. Try different approaches and adjust your routine based on what works for you. Start off with tracking for a week. Keep it simple. Make small adjustments like your bedtime routine being consistent, the same time up every day, the same time to bed every night. Little tweaks along the way to see where big changes could help. Now, clearly, I'm going to say self-care should be a priority in this mapping out journaling awareness. You want to be scheduling in self-care, but you want to be doing activities that suit the mood that you're in. So restorative, spa-like self-love during your restful need for hibernation phases. And the coffee dates, the lunches, the exploring during your active spring, summer phases. Prioritizing your self-care needs and practices that resonate with your current needs and energy levels. There are many, many studies to show that women who commune together, women who share, women who come together for life experiences, for support, they live longer. There are studies that prove we live longer. It takes a village. It really does take a village. And selfishly, we all gain on a real personal level by coming together into a community. So of course, in the links, in the description below, will be a link to my community. Come and share and chat and inspire and motivate alongside us, with us. Stay accountable with us. Let's celebrate progress and not perfection. Let's embrace the stages of life and the awareness of cyclical living with the knowledge that this is a journey, and it's a journey of experimentation, and it's a journey of newness, and it's a journey about progress towards a clearer mind, a calmer mind, more self-care, more self-worth, more self-awareness in order to bring about more well-being. We need to celebrate our small victories and be compassionate with ourselves as we navigate this new approach. The mum guilt needs to be gone because those around us benefit from us looking after ourselves. When we recognise and honour what is natural, when we honour the natural cycles of our entire being, everybody benefits. So self-care is not selfish. It is absolutely essential for your well-being and those around you. This is designed to empower you, empower us with guilt-free self-care. That is very vital. During high energy periods, focus on productivity. During low energy, indulge in restorative self-care. It's an antidote to the relentless pursuit of perfection, allowing you to embrace commonly misthought imperfections and nurture yourself in ways that resonate with you, the unique and beautiful you on your journey as you and mum. Cyclical living isn't about adding more to your plate. It's about working smarter so you can bring the most fulfilled version of you to your friends and family. 2 fantastic books to get you started on this journey and to give you a much deeper dive is Do Less by Kate Northrup and Sacred Seasons by Kirsty Gallagher. A very simple notepad and pen or a planner will be a really gold mine for you to keep a track of this and look back on. It really does take a village. Mum guilt be gone, self-care be strong. Thank you for listening. As always, I'm open to comments and suggestions. Please hit the subscribe and like buttons in order to stay up to date with my next offerings and so that I know that you actually are enjoying what I'm sharing. Have a glorious day, night, morning, week, wherever you are in the world. I wish you guilt-free self-care. Have a glorious day, night, week, wherever you are. I wish you productive, guilt-free self-care to soothe your soul today and every day. I'll see you on the next one.